Good morning. Today is Thursday, December 5th. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm Andrew Garcia. We've got a foggy start to the day this morning. Be extra careful on your drive to work today. We'll have highs reaching the upper 50s. Temperatures will drop overnight to just above freezing in the mid-30s or so. A U.S. Supreme Court case on a law banning gender-affirming care for minors in Tennessee could impact a similar ban in Texas. We'll hear how. That's after today's news. The Texas Supreme Court will decide on whether to charge a Harris County man as an adult for a crime committed when he was a teen. The teen and his friend were accused of shooting and killing a man during a 2020 drug deal. But prosecutors didn't charge the teen as an accomplice until after he turned 18, citing a lack of evidence. So all the courts can do now is either try him as an adult or dismiss the case altogether. The city of DeSoto could soon move to a 4-day work week. It would join other North Texas cities like Rowlett and Farmers Branch that put 4-day work weeks into place last year. Some city leaders say it would help with employee retention and well-being, but some are concerned about interruptions to city services on Fridays. For now, the discussion is on pause so the city manager and staff can present alternatives at a later meeting. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has sued 3 doctors over the past several weeks for allegedly providing gender-affirming care to minors in violation of state law. The lawsuits are the first since the state's ban on such care took effect, and they came as the U.S. Supreme Court prepared to hear oral arguments yesterday on a similar law in Tennessee. KERA's Kaylee Broussard sat down with KERA's Bekah Morr to discuss Paxton's lawsuits and their impacts.
For those who aren't familiar already, can you walk us through why Paxton is suing these doctors?
Yeah, so Attorney General Ken Paxton has said he's cracking down on providers who violate SB 14. That's the ban on medical treatments that are considered gender-affirming care. The ban took effect last September, but we haven't seen any doctors face consequences until now. Paxton first sued Dr. May Lau, who's a North Texas pediatrician, in mid-October. He called her a, quote, radical gender activist and accused her of prescribing hormone treatments to patients after the ban took effect. He also claims Lau used different diagnoses and billing codes along the way. He made many of the same accusations in the lawsuits he's filed against Dr. Brett Cooper of North Texas and Dr. Hector Granados of El Paso. He's calling for all 3 doctors to have their medical licenses revoked. To be clear, most medical associations endorse treatment, including hormone therapy, puberty blockers, and surgery as ways to treat gender dysphoria in patients of all ages. Doctors rarely recommend surgery for minors, and treatment decisions are really made on a case-by-case basis.
What have the doctors or their hospitals said in response to these lawsuits?
Not much. Cooper and Lau both had out-of-office email responses. UT Southwestern didn't respond to requests for comment, and Children's Hospital simply said it, quote, adheres to state healthcare laws. But other outside groups have weighed in. There's a senior attorney with the American Civil Liberties Union. They said the lawsuits put politicians in the middle of decisions that should be left to families and their health providers. I also spoke with Alex Sheldon, who heads GLAMA. That's a National Association of LGBTQ+ health professionals. They pointed to the term radical gender activist as a way of discrediting physicians for providing necessary medical care.
Gender-affirming care is not a radical or fringe practice. It is evidence-based medicine, and labeling a practitioner of that care as a radical gender activist is simply inflammatory.
Both GLAMA and the ACLU were part of a lawsuit against the state to stop the ban from taking effect. The Texas Supreme Court sided with the state in a June ruling. Paxton said because of that decision, the debate's over on whether treatments should continue.
As best as you can tell, is that true?
Not exactly. The 3 lawsuits are pending in North Texas courts, so we won't know their outcome for a while, but there's a lot of policy discussions in store at the state and federal level. For example, the case going before the U.S. Supreme Court today over Tennessee's ban. However, the court rules in U.S. versus Grametti will set precedent for the 26 states with bans or restrictions in place. That obviously includes Texas, which filed an amicus brief in this case to defend Tennessee's law. Here in Texas, lawmakers have begun filing bills ahead of next year's legislative session. Already, we're seeing issues surrounding gender-affirming care and trans individuals. Among them are proposals to ban taxpayer resources from funding, quote, gender reassignment. Another would let parents sue school districts that don't notify them if their student's gender identity does not match up with their assigned sex at birth. Lawmakers also seem ready to revive bathroom bill legislation that failed in 2017. So time will tell how these proposals and more play out in Austin.
That was KERA's Kaylee Broussard speaking with Bekah Morr. The Dallas Stars lost their game last night 3-2 against the Los Angeles Kings, and the Mavs are away, preparing to take on the Washington Wizards tonight. It's opening night for the 20th anniversary production of Black Nativity at the Bishop Arts Theater Center. Now through the 22nd, you can enjoy a retelling of the Nativity inspired by Langston Hughes' Broadway show. For more information and fun things to do, visit kera.org/calendar. Thank you so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. The show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. There you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter, written by our colleague, Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.